Always got to say he's good.
Hey, there he is right there. Mark, how you doing?
James, I'm doing wonderful. How are you this week? It's always good to be here.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that you taking the time. You're at the SHOT Show. Everybody wants to be there. So
Yeah.
Tell us what it looks like.
Well, I tell you, it looks good this year. It looks a lot different than it did last year. The layout is a little bit better this year. Good crowds, crowded as you would expect it, and anybody who's everybody in the industry is here. So you're right about that. We miss you, James, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Now, I understand that you have another friend of mine, Rob Pincus, that's sitting there with you somewhere.
I do. Of course, Rob Pincus co-hosts with me from time to time, as you know, on Armed American Radio about every 3 weeks, and he's flanking me to my right, and then we have Kathy Jackson. If it's okay, what I'm going to do now, James, is I'm going to go ahead and just kind of turn the camera over to Rob, so we don't have to squeeze all in, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine, sure.
All right, here he is. Here's Rob Pincus.
Hey, Rob, how you doing?
Great, James. How you doing? Good to see you. Wish you were here.
Yeah, you know what? I don't get to see you in a coat and tie very often.
Man, running around all the time. I need to do it more often, but I appreciate you getting Mark to drag me up here to the press room. The floor is crazy. It's just super busy, and there's all kinds of cool stuff. Obviously, a lot of great friends in the industry. We're doing a lot of things with PersonalDefenseNetwork.com and SWAT Magazine TV, and I'm glad to be here with you. What are you curious about? What can I answer for you and your viewers?
I guess maybe you've answered some of that question right there. You are at the SHOT Show, and tell us again who you're representing and how you're involved.
Today actually is my day really focusing on PersonalDefenseNetwork.com. This is our first anniversary. It's our birthday. We announced PersonalDefenseNetwork.com last year at the SHOT Show, and we actually now have over 1 million hits on our videos. We've got about 24 contributors. We've got the highest quality collection of training and self-defense information on the internet, and we've got articles and video clips, and of course that's associated with the Personal Firearms Defense video series that we've done. And to date, we have 2.6 million videos shipped there. So that's a big deal. And we're getting ready for season 3 of SWAT Magazine TV. So we're doing a lot of the background work for that. Of course, I'm based at the SWAT Magazine booth. And I'm running around trying to see some of the new equipment out there. And, of course, meet with all the trainers that I work with and will be working with this year. Yeah,
well, that's pretty exciting. Actually, we have the opportunity of looking at some of your videos from now and then. And you're one of the best out there. You're able to reach that point with people where they understand. There's a lot of people out there who would like to be instructors, but there's only a few out there who really can make the point and so someone understands it. And I've certainly had the privilege of being able to watch some of those videos. You do an outstanding job, Rob, no doubt about it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, James. I've got a really good team at PDN. I've got a great team at SWAT Magazine. And, of course, all the combat focus shooting instructors that are out there helping people understand how to be safer with their firearms are so important to that process. So hopefully we'll see some of your viewers at training in 2011. And I'm going to make a point to chase you down and try to get on the show at least one time, maybe in the next couple months.
Yeah, work us in somehow, Rob. We'd love to see you. Actually, I'm going to tell you something you probably don't know. I probably speak to your wife. Now, I mean this in a nice way. I probably speak to your wife more than I speak to you. I think the last time I spoke to her, you guys were off to New York for anniversary, birthday.
Could have been, yeah, always traveling, always moving around, but follow up directly with me, and I'll make sure I get on the show. I'm going to pass you back over to Mark, and I know Kathy's anxious to talk, and she's got all kinds of good stuff going on. We've got a big United States Concealed Carry Association dinner tonight, so I'm going to get to hang out with these guys later. I'm going to turn them over to you.
Okay, Rob. Nice talking with you.
Bye.
Okay, thanks, James. Over to my other side now. I'm going to move the camera over to Kathy Jackson. Kathy Jackson is my co-author on Lessons from Armed America, selling very well, and now the author of The Cornered Cat. The Cornered Cat. We'll let her talk about her book right now.
Okay, good. Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Hi, James. Glad to be here.
Yeah, well, you and I have a friend in common, actually. Skip Coryell.
Yes. Yes, Skip's a great guy.
Skip contacted me, I'm going to guess now, maybe 3 months ago, told me about your book, and I said to him at that point, I said, send me one of the books, let me look it over, we'll have Kathy come on the show, and there's the cover, we have it up on the screen now, and we'll have Kathy come on the show and tell us about it. I didn't know at that point that I was going to get to see you so soon, and I haven't had a chance to read the book yet because I haven't received it. I know it's in the mail.
It's in the mail. Honest, the check is in the mail, so is the book.
Oh, okay, good. Did you sign it?
No, the book is about concealed carry for women, and it just takes you through some of the process for deciding to become an armed citizen, and then some of the decisions that you might need to make along the way. And, you know, one of the questions that I answer that you won't find in any other firearms book that I know of, it talks about concealed carry for fashionable women. And that's really important to me, is that reaching out to other women to help them along the pathway to become responsibly armed and able to take care of themselves no matter what happens.
Yeah, that's a good point too, because I know I've been on a number of ranges where women have had, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but they've had male instructors and they've had taking instructions from male. But I think women have questions and need some support where maybe some men don't. So it appears as though this book maybe is directly pointed towards female gun owners.
It really is. It really is. And it's not so much that the guys can't answer the questions. It's that sometimes the women don't know what to ask. And, it's funny, too, because I think I might be one of the few firearms instructors who has ever taught people how to, for instance, load a magazine, fill a magazine, despite having long fingernails. And that's the sort of thing that just the everydayness of stuff like that it doesn't occur to the guy instructors. The women are, kind of hesitant to ask that sort of question. And so, this is the sort of thing I can put in front of people and say, here are some very real things that you might want to think about.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. In fact, I didn't even think of the long fingernails. I would have said something myself a minute ago. But anyway, so you've been working on the book how long?
Oh, that's a very complex question. I actually started as a website, www.corneredcat.com, and I had so many people writing to me saying, this really ought to be a book. I'd love to have it as a book, that I turned around and wrote it as a book. Starting last year, it just came out just right before Christmas this year, and so I guess you could say it took me a couple of years, but it's been in the works a lot longer than that.
Yeah, sure. Well, a couple of years is a long time to work on it, and you almost need that amount of time in order to get the research together so that you can address the questions that probably you're getting firsthand from female shooters. I would think that because of your blog, you probably had a lot of feedback, and that helped form the idea of the book, and I think that's what you're referring to.
Yeah, I do get a lot of emails from people very excited to have this resource. There's not a lot out there for women, specifically about concealed carry. You can often find books about teaching firearms to women or self-defense for women. There's not a lot that's just specifically about concealed carry, and that's really what this book is. I've heard from a lot of firearms instructors that are giving it to their classes, and I just love that. Okay. I love to hear that.
Okay, all right, good. Then actually, I think we should all look forward. Now, where can I get the book?
Oh, well, you mentioned Skip Coryell a little bit earlier. He's the publisher is whitefeatherpress.com. You can get it through the White Feather Press website, or you can always find it on Amazon.
Okay, good. And we'll put up an overlay on that soon. Tell me, since you're sitting next to Mark, tell me something about Mark we don't know.
Something about Mark you don't know.
I'll tell you what, James, I'm going to jump in here. You know what? I can help her with that one. Here's something you don't know. We're working on our second book, Lessons from Armed America 2. And I guess what viewers should know is
just how secret that was.
we would probably have that book out already in publication if it weren't for the fact that I haven't yet gotten her the chapters so that she can go through and rewrite her chapters and do the follow-up as we did in the first issue.
Okay. When do you think yours will be completed, Mark?
I should be done probably by the end of this month, beginning of February. I have everything compiled, and as fast as Kathy can get to her chapters, we were looking at getting to press right around the end of April.
Okay.
Well, hopefully we can stick with that schedule.
All right, I'm going to ask you the same question, and tell me something about Kathy we don't know.
Wow. How many kids? 5 kids. How about that?
Okay, that's good. That's good. We probably didn't. And how old are they, Kathy?
My oldest is 21, my baby is 15, and we had no twins. They're all boys.
All boys. And any of them going with you, participating in any of the shooting sports?
You know, they all love to shoot. We don't do the competition thing, but they all really love to shoot. I love to have them on the range with me, so it's great. It's a lot of fun.
All right. All right. Now I'm expecting to receive your book. I know that Mark will send me his. Hey, you guys, don't forget to sign that, okay?
Don't worry about it, James. Appreciate it, man. We'll get them to you.
Okay. Hey, you guys have a good time at the SHOT Show. Thanks very much for taking the time to come on the show, and we'll see you again next week.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks, James. It's a real
Thanks,
pleasure.
James.
Bye-bye.